Hi. I thought today I'd just have a bit of a look at some recent news about news that involved the acting commander of the child abuse squad in Sydney, Detective Acting Superintendent Peter Yeomans. Now, in an ABC News article about an alleged sexual assault recently, from Thursday the 16th of January 2014, ABC News Online, Detective Yeomans, this is what he said. The acting commander of the child abuse squad, Detective Acting Superintendent Peter Yeomans, encouraged anyone who has ever been a victim of sexual or indecent assaults to make a report to police, no matter how long ago the incident occurred. If you have ever been abused, no matter what the circumstance, and no matter how long ago it occurred, please contact police. If an adult entrusted with your care took advantage of you, they deserve to be arrested, charged, and put before the courts. So, I was knife raped, 60 years ago? If I go and tell what Detective Acting Superintendent Peter Yeomans of the child abuse squad, if I tell him that I was genitally mutilated without my informed consent, he wouldn't do anything. So, in point of fact, he's talking through his arse, isn't he? He is. He's making out that he will, defend people, even for past wrongs done to them, as, sexual abuse of children. He's making out that he will defend me. But indeed, if I went to see him and told him that I was knife raped against my will without my informed consent, he wouldn't do anything. He'd probably laugh in my face. Now, this is from this past Saturday, Sydney Morning Herald, February the 8th. And he's here again. This was an article about a man who allegedly supposed to have married a 12-year-old girl. Child abuse charges against a man. Student accused of having intercourse with girl he met at a mosque. Now, it gives the details here about this alleged case of a man and a 12-year-old girl. But the commander of the child abuse squad, Detective Inspector Peter Yeomans, whom we were just talking about, said it was hard to believe that such terrible offences could occur to a girl at an obviously very tender age. And this is very interesting. Listen. You have to take religion and culture out of it and see it for what it is, a sexual assault of a 12-year-old child. What if we took the religion or culture out of male genital mutilation and to see it for what it is, a sexual assault on a newborn baby? I'd like to, I could say that, couldn't I? I could. Inspector Yeomans said, in the end it is a 12-year-old child, and no matter how we look at it and how he wants to sway it, that is, the accused, no matter how he wants to sway it culturally, ceremonies or anything else, he has been charged with numerous accounts of sexual assault, he said. I was astonished in relation to the background of the information. I'm astonished that Detective Inspector Yeomans has this, he has the same psychology as people like Prue Goward or former Sex Discrimination Commissioner Prue Goward or present Sex Discrimination Commissioner Elizabeth Broderick. He has the same psychology. If you mutilate a little boy, we won't do anything about that. If you circumcise a cat in New South Wales, the RSPCA will prosecute you and you go to jail for that. If you circumcise a dog, you'll be prosecuted by the RSPCA for cruelty to an animal. You can't circumcise an animal, you can't genitally mutilate, circumcise a little girl. But it's okay to apparently mutilate a boy. He says he'll defend me. He says if an adult entrusted with your care took advantage of you, they deserve to be arrested, charged, and put before the courts. He says anyone who has ever been a victim of sexual or indecent assaults to make a report to the police, no matter how long ago the incident occurred. If you have ever been abused, no matter what circumstance, and no matter how long ago it occurred, please contact police. If I contact you, Yeomans, you won't do anything. And yet you can sit there and say you have to take religion and culture out of it and see it for what it is, a sexual assault of a 12-year-old child. That's if it applies to a girl. If it applies to a little girl, it's okay. This other article was actually about the sexual assault of a boy, but the fact is he's welcoming people to come along and complain. If I complain to you about a knife rape upon my person, you will do nothing. You have to take religion and culture out of it and see it for what it is, a sexual assault. In the end, it is a 12-year-old child, no matter how you look at it and how he wants to sway it culturally, ceremonies or anything else. Well, culturally, ceremonies, male genital mutilation is all cultural and a ceremony, isn't it? And you can take the religion and culture out of it and see that for what it is too. It's male genital mutilation. And you are talking through your ass if you say you're going to defend everybody, because you're not going to defend everybody, are you? You're only going to defend, as far as male genital mutilation is concerned, you're only going to defend little girls and animals. And you're supposed to be from the child abuse squad, and you should indeed know better.